Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, class. Today we are going to study about our new material. We call this one as procedural text. So what is the procedural text? It is not the new lesson of you, because in your junior high school, you have ever studied and learned about the procedural text. Pada pagi hari ini, materi yang akan kita and the learning objective of this lesson atau tujuan pembelajaran kita pada pagi hari ini, why should the student study about the procedural text, adalah the students are able to describe. Siswa harus mampu untuk mendescribe, menjelaskan how to make, how to use, and how to operate some things. For example, like food, drink, machine, and the things. So what is the definition of the procedural text? Procedural text is a kind of text which describes the process, the steps, how to make, how to use, and how to operate something. How to make. Is it you can use how to make for describe how to make food, drinking, the workshop product, yeah. And then how to use, you can use this how to use, for example, like how to use the workshop tools and the workshop machine and all the electronic device. And also we can use how to operate, for example, like operate the workshop machine, the electronic machine, the electronic device, etc. So the conclusion is procedural text is a kind of text which describes the process or the steps, how to make, how to use, and how to operate something. For example, like food, drinking, machine, things, and the workshop product. Procedural text is a general. Is it for general? We can use that for food, drinking, machine, workshop tools, workshop product. But there is another name when we call this one as a manual book. User guide or your manual book is a technical communication document intended to give assistance to people using a particular system. And it is usually written by a technical writer. Jadi ketika kita membahas tentang step dan langkah terkhusus untuk alat-alat elektronik, barang-barang atau peralatan bengkel dan lain-lain, maka kita menyebutnya dengan user guide atau manual book. Kemudian user guide are most commonly associated with electronic goods, computer hardware, and software. Tips means advice on matter that may be of interest to you and usually offered at no cost. Kemudian ada istilah lain juga kita gunakan instruction. Is it a statement that describe how to do something? For example, like an order or command. The language features of the procedural text. If we are going to make the paragraph of the procedural text, this one is the sentence or the word construction for writing about the procedural text. Number 1, use the noun phrase pattern. Number 2, use a verb and adjective in the procedural text. 3, use present tense or imperative and action verb. And number 4 is use temporal conjunction or sentence connectors. For example, like first, second, third, and then the last. First, then next, after that, and The paragraph or how to describe the process or the method how to do something. This one is the paragraph for writing about or to describe about the procedural text. Number one is talk about the title or the purpose. Title or the purpose in this part, you write the title of the method and the step for doing something. For example, like how to make a food, how to make coffee, how to operate the washing machine, how to operate the things, and etc. Number two is the materials. In the materials, this one is the part. It is the list and amount of things and the materials required. For example, like you write the ingredients and the materials. Now, next, if we describe the materials and the tools for workshop tools and workshop machine, we can write it with the materials and the equipment or the tools. Number three is the steps or the method. It is the step-by-step description of how to complete the task, and the last is tips. It is the note. Yeah, it is the final comment. Okay, for example, this one is a simple examples of how the procedure of something. For example, like this is the examples of the tools how to make a cup of tea because this is food and drinking. So this one is the examples of the title for how to make a cup of tea. Next, the examples of the materials. We can write it with the ingredients. How many ingredients that you need to make a cup of tea. For example, like a glass of hot water, 2 tablespoons of tea, 2 teaspoons of sugar. And the next materials. What are the materials that you need? For example, like a glass of or a cup, teapot or kettle, and teaspoon. Next, the steps. First, then, third, next, then, and finally, this one is the example of sentence connection, imperative. For example, like prepare, boil, put, cool, and stir. And this one is the steps. So this one is the example of the steps, and the last is the tips. Thank you for our material today, and that is my explanation about procedural text. Demikian pembelajaran kita pada hari ini. Terima kasih atas perhatiannya. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.